Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today we're going to draw Doom 2099 from Marvel and also in Fortnite at the moment. Let's get in at the top. I'm going to have him looking over this way. So I'm going to go in there, sort of just pop a little dot in the center point, sort of just about there, okay? From that sort of center point I can do a nice little curve where the hood is. So I'm just going to bring my pen out and around, sort of like his hood sort of like curves around. I'm going to then bring it sort of downwards this way. And just pop it out at the end where it kind of pops out, like the hood sort of comes outwards. Then what I'm going to do on this side, on the right, is just sort of come out a little bit more, bring my pen in and flip it out at the side as well, like that. So I've got sort of two little bits that come out the center there. From that point, I'm going to just do a little curve at the top area there. Then we're going to bring that down along here. So I'm just going to do another little sort of curve coming into here. And then it kind of comes downwards sort of this way. That kind of meets up, I guess, in the sort of central point. So what I'm going to do is just draw a little sort of curve along there, join it up. While I'm there, what I'm going to do is just sort out the face. So the eyes are up here. What I'm going to do first of all is just draw like a little cheekbone, sort of like midway point up. And then what I'm going to do is just draw down to his chin area, sort of nice, like long sort of chin, sort of there. And then that kind of curves around where his chin area is and then back up into the pick there. Okay, from that point there, I'm just going to pop a little sort of bit in between the eyebrows here. Just bring like a long area out for the nose, just sort of cap that off. And I'm just going to do sort of two like menacing eyebrows, so one there, like one like that. And then I'm just going to sort of draw in a little eye area below that. Colour that in later, and then I'm just going to sort of just pop up here a bit of a grimace of a mouth. So a straight line and bring it down. It's like got his bottom lip area there. Okay, right, that's cool for now. I think I'm happy with that. I'll go back later and do some more detail on that. What I'll do now is just bring my pen down to about this point. I'm just going to draw a little line in here, and I'm just going to match up, join it up now to the edges like that of the hood. From this point out, I'm going to draw sort of two little curves, 1, 2, like that. So those are the start of the shoulder areas, and he's got these two massive shoulder pads either side, so his body's like really wide. So what I'm going to do is just grab my pen there, sort of this point here. I'm just going to draw a nice like arc like that. Just do the same this side, so draw a nice little arc over that way, just join it up. I'm going to bring my pen out, so just really widen my pen out. Come back on yourself a little bit further down there, and we can just pop a little line in, join it up there. This side, similar sort of thing, so just going to bring my pen along here and curve it back down, then come down a bit, join up like that. So it's got two massive sort of shoulder pad areas, right? Cool, now I've got those in, let's work out the sort of midsection and the pecs. So again, he's got like a really wide sort of chest area. I'm gonna pop a little line in, probably about here. From that point, I'm just actually gonna draw another little line up there. Then I'm just gonna do two diagonal lines out and then join that up. It's like a central point there. And then from that, I'm gonna draw the pec area. So from that line here, just going to come sort of downwards either side of that, like that. Then I'm going to bring my pen sort of back round there for the pec, so just come upwards this way, like that. Same one here, sort of come upwards here. And then what we have got is like a bit that comes around here, so just going to join those up like that, there, okay? Cool, now I've got that in. Let's work out that torso area. So the torso probably comes down sort of this way. What I'm going to do is sort of taper it in. So I'm going to bring my pen, just sort of come in either side of those pecs. There's two sort of diagonal rectangles in there. Just going to pop 1, 2 like that. So just got a bit of variance on the torso area. Then I'm really going to come in, sort of just sort of bring my pen in either side like that, and then cut in sort of here, just bring my pen in that way. That's cool. From there, I can work out his midsection. So really it sort of comes down to about this point here. And these are like big old sort of metallic underpants. So they kind of come up, diagonal line there, come outwards either side here, then up. And then what I'm going to do is just come inwards here, sort of just join up those little bits there, join in 2 little points here. So I've kind of got body part there in with him, okay? Right, now I've got that in. Let's work out the leg areas. So I've got, first of all, sort of 2 little lines coming out here where there's like the Under Armour. Just sort of from those sort of midsection of him, just 2 little lines there. Then I'm just going to put 2 little diagonal sort of curved lines in under that. And then if we go into this leg for here, I'm going to do like the curve of his thigh. So that's going to come down about this point. Let's draw this one in here. So this one's a similar sort of thing. We're just going to draw a nice little curve in that comes down there. And then this point here, they sort of come out a little bit further and they just taper in as well. So just curve and taper the pen down. So upper area of his thighs there. These then sort of cap off where the armour sort of starts to meet the knee. So what does that look like? Well, we're going to pop 2 lines in like that. And then we're just going to come downwards, little diagonal lines there, and then join them up. There we go, just join those up there. So we've got those legs sort of coming out. These then come down a little way, so just going to sort of draw a couple of little lines in, and I'm going to work out where these knee pads are. So from here, I've got really, let's see, on this side, I'm going to draw a little line in there. It's like a knee pad there. We're going to come outwards like that, and then we're going to bring our pen inwards. And on this side, similar sort of thing, come out here, 2 lines out, and then join it out, like a bit like a shield sort of icon there. Now coming around here are the lower parts of the legs. So I've got sort of around here, I've got a wider bit coming out and in. Same here, wider part out and in. And on this side, yeah, I've got a wider part there and in, wider part in like that. Then what we need to do is just join these pieces up. So this can come inwards, either side there, that can come in there, join that up like that. These parts of the boots now, they sort of just come in and sort of taper out at a lower area. So I'm just going to continue the line down here, widen it out there, and then just bring my pen up like a bit of a sort of 1, 2, 3 stepped angle. On this side, I'm going to just bring my pen down there, just going to kick it out here, bring it down that way, and then we'll just curve it round to that calf muscle point there. Now, where I've got the foot here, I've got a foot coming up this way, sort of foot coming up this way here. So let's start on this one here. Grab your pen, just come in a little bit there, curve it around like that, sort of kick it out and in, and then we'll just bring it round, sort of the heel, the ball of the foot there, going back to the heel and up. And then on this side, I'm going to bring my pen out. I'm going to sort of bring the pen out here, come inwards, bit of an angled area there, come outwards where the foot is and up like that. So we've got sort of 2 sort of chunky feet there. Then what I'll do on this one is just enhance that a little bit more of a ball of a foot there. Cool. Okay, now I've got that bit in. Let's go back up to the arms. Got these big old arms on him. So the shoulder muscle sort of comes sort of around this way. And we're going to draw a big old curve there. Okay. Same thing on this side. Sort of come out from this point. Draw a nice curve around there. Okay. Then completing that is almost like the bicep area. So if we get our pen from this sort of point where there's this sort of like meeting point here, all these lines converge, I'm just going to curve my pen out there, bring out a little way, then come out, and then that's the bicep area there. Same thing here, just get up to this point, we're going to bring our pen around like that, then I'm going to sort of draw that bicep area in and around and out a bit, sort of straight up there. Okay. We're going to come outwards, sort of 2 lines there. We've sort of got that Under Armour portion of him, and then we've got a wide element now, which is the sort of the forearm part. So we're going to draw a nice sort of curve around here, and then we're just going to bring that in around to about that point. This comes out here, and then we're going to bring our pen in, taper it into there, give it a little curve there. On this side, just going to bring my pen, sort of curve it around there, just make sure it joins up, out this way, and then its arm's going to come down a bit more like this. So just going to take my pen, sort of curve it down like that, sort of continue that sort of similar theme of the length of it. And then I'm going to get my pen here, just curve down like that, join it up. Okay, so really sort of like chunky arms going on there. Okay, now we've done that, we just need to pop in his hands. So I'm just going to draw a thumb out from there and around and in, just like a clenched fist. And then I'm going to bring my pen out here where the fingers are big, bring them round and up and in there. Then we can actually sort of draw a few little metallic sort of bits in there, like that, sort of like going around there. This side, I'm going to do a similar sort of thing. I'm just going to bring my pen around, curve it around like that. Then I'm going to come out from the side of it, come around, it's sort of a clenched fist there. Then we can just draw a couple of little curved little points as well, to kind of show it's metallic. Okay, so that's like the main outline of the pick. Let's go in there and just add a little bit of detail now. So I'm going to come in, go back up to the head area. On this area of the hood, it's almost like a little sort of curve of metallic in there. So I'm just going to draw two little bands there on that side. Okay, when it comes to the eyes underneath, just going to draw sort of like a couple of little diagonal lines just under that, and they sort of come out here, so it's a little bit more sort of robotic, I suppose. I'm just going to come in there where the sort of the forehead is too. Maybe we'll just make this a little bit darker around the eye point too. Okay. Under there, there's a little bit of marking. I'm just going to colour that in, sort of little band, sort of like a robotic element, and then it kind of comes down to the chin as well. So I'm going to come down nearly towards the chin, and where the chin is, I'm just going to draw a little sort of chip in there, which I'm going to colour in later. And just around this point where the hood comes down, I'm just going to just sort of colour in a little bit of a band there, and then just going to give a hint of a neck coming down this way, like that. And then what I think I'll do, there's a little bit just up here, just going to draw a straight line there, and then I'm going to just colour the rest of that black. Maybe just a little hint of darker area there around that point too. Let's just fill that mouth in a bit more menacing. Just around here there's a little bit of blue as well, so I'm just going to sort of draw in a couple of little lines of detail, nothing too much. Now this middle point, this from here, this sort of bands down to this centre point here. So I'm going to draw two lines there, and in that little point there, I'm just going to draw a little diamond. These points up here, they're like little hexagons. First of all, what I'm going to do is just draw two circles, one there, where like the power is. And then around that, 1, 2, let's go on the other side, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 3, 4, and then 5. Just mark it off as a hexagon there. Okay. Next up, what we're going to do, just join up to the top. There's a couple of little bands there, and then actually on the shoulder pads, I'm just going to do two little arrows there. Two little arrows sort of the other way around on that side. As we work with these bands down here, they just sort of come in, sort of come down a little bit on either side, and they sort of meet the edge there. So let's pop that in, nice bit of detail. And then from that sort of center point of his pecs, we've got a line that comes across. So go straight up there to that point up there, okay? And a couple of little rectangles in here, just a nice bit of detail, all right? If there's a bit too much detail for you, don't worry. Just do whatever you like on this one, it's not a problem. It's your picture. A couple of little bands either side of the arm, so I'm just gonna curve around either side of that. And then what I'm gonna do is sort of pipe where I've drawn around the pec areas. Like that. There we go. As we get to these arm points, I'm going to colour them in black up to a little bit in the end. So just leave a little chip of white there. And then as we go to the inner parts of the arms, I'm going to just draw in a curve either side. So coming in and down to the centre. Draw a little rectangle within that, just underneath there. And then there's a couple of little bands, one there and one here, which I'm going to colour in blue later. Again, we've already got a little bit of detail on the hand, so I'll probably leave that now. Coming underneath the pec area, it's quite a lot of light going on, so it'd be quite nice to just curve around here and just sort of add that band, maybe just come down a little bit more on that point there. Just sort of link that up. That can be blue later on. Now in there's a nice, almost like a little tapered rectangle there. And from that point, draw a little horizontal line, a couple of little angles down, and just bring your pen up. There's a couple of little bolts as well, sort of like reminiscent of sort of Doom's armour. So I'm just going to pop a couple of little circles in there. And then let's put 1, 2, 1, 2 there. As we go down to here, this sort of curves in. So where we've done those bolts, just draw curved lines to either side of that. And then we've got another little rectangular point here. And then these just come into that rectangular point there, like that, okay? A couple of little rectangles there. Maybe there's just a couple of little lines here. And then we've got the area there, like the Under Armour, I'm just going to fill that in black. I think that's easy enough for us now. And then as we go to these points here, I'm going to pop in a little rectangle area there and fill that in later. A little sort of square here and a square here. And then what I will do is sort of just draw in a couple of little curves, just to give the idea that it's robotic. Maybe just a band on that side there. As we go to the legs, I notice that there's a little chip, almost like a little square of blue on these points, and then I can fill the rest of it black. So just leave a chip of white and we'll fill it in blue later. Okay, we've got the knee pads in, that's cool. And then as we come down here to the leg, I notice there's another couple like squares we can do. And then there's little bands here, so I'm just going to draw sort of little triangles in just around it, so I can fill those in later too. And then what I'm going to do is just sort of draw around the edge of our figure there. A couple more little squares on the foot, and then we're almost done for the detail. Then we'll just sort of draw maybe a little V in there, maybe a little bit sort of point that goes around the foot, around here. So just adding a bit more detail that I like. Okay, just going to go around my picture as well, just sort of draw around him, just beef him up a bit. So I'm happy he's sort of got that oomph as Doom 2099 should. Just sort of make him pop a bit more. And you can do this bit if you like, but sometimes it's quite nice just to beef up, especially if he's like a big sort of character. Just sort of beef him up that little bit more with the black pen. It sort of helps pop the detail as well. So we've got a big chunky line on the outside, and then we've got some more fine lines on the inside. It sort of helps bring it all together, I feel. Just pop that around there. Maybe that comes around there like that, and maybe I'll just beef up these points in here. These pec muscles as well, maybe. There we go, I'm happy with that. Yeah, that looks good. Right, next up, let's start colouring them in. I'm really going to want to add a lot of pop. So I'm going to pop in sort of this blue, first of all, sort of blue zingy light. I've got a nice light zingy sort of cyan blue. I'm just going to start colouring in, sort of piecing the face, the chin, these shoulder buttons, the edges here, and then these. So let's go to the finer point tip, and I'm just going to pop in, leave a little bit of white around these bits, almost like a central power source, and just sort of draw that in around there. That's nice. Same thing here. So just draw in little dots, make it look like it's sort of glowing. Under here, this is predominantly blue, same sort of thing, that's like glowing up. It's nice to have a nice little Zinger blue. Pop it in. All these little sort of squares and triangles I've created now. Just sort of start populating those up, filling those in. Little bits in there. And we had these as well, didn't we? Fill those in. Nice amount of zingy blue. There we go. And just those little bits there. I think that's pretty much how it goes. There's a little bit more going on here. I'm quite tempted just to fill those bits in with that. Okay, right, I've got that in now. Let's go and just add a base grey to him. So start at the feet here. We're just going to sort of add a nice sort of base colour grey to the pick, and I'm just going to go around sort of the outside, just leave a little chip of white so it looks like a metallic reflective material, sort of armour that he's got. Just come around there. We'll start sort of populating all these bits, and again you could just fill the whole thing in if you wanted to. It's just quite nice sometimes just to leave a little bit of white just to make it sort of pop. Oh, there's two little bits in there I've missed. There we go, maybe just leave a little chip of white along there. It just goes into here, 0.2. And then these arms, sort of a chip of that, just shoulders. Come around these points. See, like it's already starting to come together a little bit more for me now. Just going to go back to that really zingy blue. Going to pop these bits in. It's quite fun to do. And just go to that face of doom and just sort of add in that metallicness. Maybe just leave a little bit of light there. Put it underneath that point. Cool, okay, got that in. I'm gonna get myself a grey sort of blue colour now. What I'm gonna do is just start populating shoulder pads, these big bits here, and then the sort of blue continues over to sort of these points in the hood as well. I'm gonna make this colour there. Just gonna leave a little hint of sort of white on the corner of that one. And then we've got those bits done. And then maybe actually these bits are a bit darker. Yeah, that's good. I think predominantly the rest of that's okay. Let's get ourselves quite a darker colour grey now. Just gonna get myself quite a sort of dark grey. I'm just gonna just pop in a few little bits, like under here. This is quite dark sort of colour under here. It's almost a bit like a sort of camo colour. There's a few little pieces in here. Maybe just gonna go along the sides of this one. Just add a little bit more in. Don't want to do too much, but just occasionally I think it's good to add a little bit more sort of tone to the picture. Maybe on these legs here, just on the inner part. And as we go to the feet, maybe just the edges of those, just get a little bit more sort of that colour going on around there. I think the knee pads as well. Let's add that into the knee pad colour. Around there. Okay. So just going to get myself sort of like a bit of a, I guess like a bit of a sandy sort of colour. And what I'll do now is just have a look at just adding just a little bit more sort of sandy tone. Yeah, that's good. And I think there's a bit of differentiation up here, so I'm just going to just add a bit of this sort of sandier colour to the sort of the top area of him. And as we come down, sort of maybe it's just a bit of a tonal sort of change in the colour as well. So just going to just add a little bit of that. It's predominantly silver, so sometimes it's quite nice just to have just a little bit of an extra sort of tone of colouring on him there, maybe in there as well. Just on those sort of edging pieces here. Cool, there we go. One last thing I need to do is just go grab myself a bit of a red, and I'm gonna just draw some zinginess around these eyes. Again, just gonna put a few little dots in around here. So sort of have glowing energy coming out of these eyes around here. Just gonna sort of just top those up. There we go, maybe it's sort of just sort of popping out either side of that, just around it. And there we go, that's pretty cool. So there's Doom 2099 on ArtDraw. Let me know what you think in the comments, let me know who else I can be drawing, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, bye for now.